Hello, we are back for chapter 3 of Happy Times in Noisy Village. And chapter 3 is Boys Just Can't Keep a Secret. Every year, when it is time to harvest the hay, Daddy says, "This year I don't want any children up in the loft to trample the hay to pieces." But even though he always says this, nobody really believes he means it. So all day during the harvest, we ride in the hay wagons and jump on the hay in the loft. This year, Carl wanted to have a contest to see who dared jump the highest. Jump the highest from the top down, not from the bottom up, of course. We climbed up on the beams under the roof and jumped down onto the hay underneath. My, how it tickled my tummy. Carl had said that the one who won the contest would get a lollipop as a prize. He had bought it that same day at the store in Big Village. We jumped and climbed and climbed and jumped, but finally Carl climbed up as high as he could and leaped down all the way into a tiny little tuft of hay. He landed with a thud and lay still a long time without moving. Later, he said he thought his heart must have fallen down into his tummy and that he would have it in his tummy as long as he lived. Nobody else dared jump from that high, so Carl stuck the prize in his mouth and said, "This lollipop to Carl for brave deeds in the hayloft." One day, after Britta and Anna and I had taken a ride in the hay wagon with Callie, the hired man from North Farm, we found a wild strawberry patch behind a pile of stones in a field where we were getting hay. I have never seen so many strawberries. We decided that we should never, never, never tell the boys or anyone else about that strawberry patch. We picked strawberries and strung them on straws until we had 13 straws full. In the evening, we ate them with sugar and cream. We gave Carl and Bill and Olaf each a couple, but when they wanted to know where we had picked them, we said, "We'll never in the world tell you that because it's a secret." Then for several days, Britta and Anna and I ran around looking for new strawberry patches and didn't bother to play in the hayloft. But the boys played there. We couldn't understand why they never got tired of it. One day we said to the boys that now we had 7 strawberry patches that we were never going to show them because it was a secret. Then Olaf said, "Ha ha, that certainly isn't much of a secret compared to ours." "What kind of secret do you have?" said Britta. "Don't tell her, Carl," Olaf said. But Carl said, "Yes, I will. Then the girls can hear that our secret isn't as silly as theirs." "What is it then?" we said. "We have made 9 caves in the hay, if you want to know," Carl said. "But we won't tell you where," said Bill, and he hopped up and down on one leg. "We'll soon find them." That's the girls in their strawberry patch. "We'll soon find them," we said, and rushed up in the hayloft to look. We looked all that day and the next, but we didn't find any caves. The boys thought they were so smart, and Carl said, "You'll never find them. In the first place, you can't find them without a map, and in the second place, you can't find the map." "What kind of map is it?" we asked. "A map that we have made," said Carl, "but we have hidden it." Then Britta and Anna and I started to look for the map instead of for the caves. We thought it must be hidden someplace at Middle Farm, because Carl surely would not have let them hide it anywhere else. We looked around in Carl's and Bill's room for hours. We looked in their beds, in their drawers, in their closet, and everywhere. Finally, we said to Carl, "You could at least tell us if it's bird, beast, or fish, the way you do when we play 20 questions. And then Carl and Bill and Olaf started to laugh, and Carl said, "You may as well give up, because you'll never find the map anyway. So we didn't look anymore. But the next day I was going to ask Olaf if I could borrow the Arabian Nights from him because it was raining and I wanted to stay indoors to read. Carl and Bill were outside, and I went into their room. I was going to climb through the linden tree into Olaf's window. A little bird had lived in the tree before, and there was a hole in the trunk where he had his nest. He didn't live there any longer, but when I climbed past his nest, I saw a string hanging down from it. What in the world did the bird use that string for? I thought, and pulled the string out. A roll of paper was tied to the end of the string. It was the map. I was so surprised I thought I'd fall down out of the tree. I forgot all about the Arabian Nights and climbed back into Carl and Bill's room. I ran over to Britta's and Anna's as fast as I could. I was in such a hurry that I tripped and fell on the stairs and hurt my knee. My, how happy Britta and Anna were. We hurried to the hayloft with the map, and before long, we found all the caves. Through the hay, the boys had dug long tunnels, which were all drawn on the map. When you creep through one of the tunnels, and it's dark, and there is hay all around, you can't help thinking sometimes, what if I can't get out again? It feels scary and is awfully exciting. But you do always get out. It was only in the tunnels that it was dark. In the caves, it was light because they were all next to the wall and the light came in through the cracks. They were big, fine caves, and we realized that the boys must have had an awful job making them. The tunnel to the last cave was so long, we thought it would never end. I crept through first, then Britta, and then Anna. I bet we've come into a labyrinth that will never end, said Britta. But just then I saw that it started to get light in front of me, and there was the cave. And ooh, there sat Carl and Bill and Olaf. You should have seen how surprised they looked when I stuck my nose through the entrance to the cave. There's a picture of them just about to find the boys in the cave. How did you find your way here? Said Carl. Ha ha, we found the map, of course, I said. That wasn't very hard. For a minute, Carl was a little put out. But when he had thought a while, he said, okay, let's let the girls play too. We played all day in the caves while it rained outside and had such fun. But the next day, Carl said, now that you know our secret, you tell us your secret about the strawberry patches. It's only fair. That's what you think, we said. You'll have to find them by yourselves, just as we found your caves. But to make it a little easier, Britta and Anna and I put arrows made of sticks on the ground. We put the arrows very far apart, though, so it still took the boys a long time to find the strawberry patches. We didn't put down any arrows to show the way to our very best patch. That's our secret, and we are never, never, never going to tell it to anyone. And that's the end of chapter 3. Now, last paragraph kind of jogged a memory that I used to play that game as a kid in summer camp, I think, where we would have 2 teams and one team would hide, and on their way to the hiding places, they would put arrows, and the other team had to find the arrows and follow the correct path to find the other team. I used to think that game was really fun. I haven't thought about it in a while. And that's one of the great things about books, is sometimes they jog those memories. I hope to get to play that game with you guys soon. See you for chapter 4.